thank you, Jackie, and good evening. How are we going for time tonight? It's only 10 o'clock. Kathy Bryson, our CEO, will be up shortly to tell you how much longer the drinks go. I think she's got good news. What a fabulous turnout. What a great night to be at tonight. How wonderful that we can actually all be here on the day at the time that we had scheduled for it. On behalf of the Melbourne Press Club, my congratulations to every winner tonight, to every runner-up tonight, and to every entrant. I've got to say, this year's judging was incredibly difficult. Such was the quality of the entrants that we had. I'm speaking about the category I judged in particular, but also that's feedback I've heard from judges in pretty much every category, and you've heard it in the judges' comments tonight. An extraordinary field of entrants this year. So yes, congratulations to the winners, the runners-up, and those who entered in the first place. We cop our fair share of criticism for how we work, for what we do, for how hard we push, for what questions we ask. So it's almost sweet, I guess, to be here celebrating the very high quality journalism that we have made in this state. Many people in this room have put together. So my congratulations to you all. Now to this final award tonight, the gold. Together with panel chair Tom Salem of News and the ABC's David Spears, who is somewhere here in the room, I saw him earlier, we are asked to weigh each winner in each category against each other to figure out which is the most outstanding. So cast your mind back to what you've already seen awarded here tonight. We have to compare extraordinary camera work and reporting in trying circumstances alongside tenacious reporting in a small regional news bureau. A beautifully written profile of Paddy Mills up against big scoops on nebulisers, on removalists, on lockdown decisions. You know, a great photo of Jess Fox, a sports photo, up against exposés on Nazis, dodgy cosmetics and racism at our biggest football club in town. Hundreds of hours researching a crypto casino, an entire year of work into a podcast for a dodgy teacher, up against Matilda's amazing TikTok videos. How are we supposed to compare that? It's difficult every year, and this year even more so. We are asked to weigh up the originality, the initiative, the relevance, the quality of the work, the impact, the follow-up, all with a little dose of parochialism thrown in, because we are, after all, the Melbourne Press Club. These are the Melbourne Press Club Awards. David, Tom and I did manage to reach agreement after a fair back and forward. So without any further ado, here to announce tonight's winner of the Gold Quill from our principal sponsor, the University of Melbourne, please welcome Dr. Julie Wells, Vice President of Strategy and Culture.
Thanks, Heidi. And thank you, everyone. Thank you. I promise not to keep you waiting too long. But I really want to take the opportunity just to say how important this partnership is to the University of Melbourne. We're really proud to be affiliated with one of Australia's most important platforms for supporting media and the future of journalism. And we feel a strong connection with the work that the Press Club and you all do to promote the value and the importance of quality journalism in a modern democracy and a civil society. And it's something that we connect very closely to our own mission in serving the public interest through the transformative impact of education and research. But perhaps where this partnership really is the most important to us is through our students, the journalists of the future. And I want to acknowledge all the brilliant student journalists who are here tonight, and acknowledge my colleague, Professor Andrew Dodds from the Centre of Advancing Journalism. They do amazing work with you. So I think the last thing I want to do actually is, from the perspective of someone who's spent the last 2 years in the most locked down city in the world, is just to thank you. Thank you for being a lifeline through lockdown. The first voice we hear sometimes when we wake up in the morning and we reach for our phones. Connection with a bigger world. Stories that inspire public accountability, that inspire our imagination and celebrate our strengths. And now, as we're coming out of that part of our lives, being such a big part of our recovery as a state and as a city. So, thank you all. And I've never actually got to do this before. It's very exciting. And the 2021 Gold Quill goes to Michael Warner of the Herald Sun for Do Better, the secret Collingwood racism report.
Michael's Genuine Scoop set in train a series of events which rocked Australia's biggest sporting club and its high-profile president to the core. The revelation of the secret Do Better report also forced the AFL to reassess its efforts to combat racism in the sport. This story stands out in an exceptional field of category winners, ticking every judging criteria, and its immediate and long-term impact on the Victorian sporting and cultural landscape cannot be underestimated. I
would now like to invite Michael Warner to say a few words.
Thanks, Heidi. Obviously, this is a mistake because there were plenty of better yarns around than my one, that's for sure. But I'll take it. Absolute surprise. Don't really feel like it's deserved, but I've got to make a speech, don't I? Look, I've been, as many of you would know, hearing me rattling on 3AW or every day in the Herald Sun, I've been passionate about governance of the AFL for about 20 years for the newspaper. I, like most people, love Australian rules football, always have as a kid. But when I came into the Herald Sun as a young cadet, there was something about the AFL that I didn't like. And as I became more senior and obviously became a full-time football writer, I was able to focus on those governance failings. As I said, it's a great game, but I do believe in terms of its transparency, accountability, and most importantly, its integrity, investigations, the way that it treats people, treats some of its favourite sons. I think it's a game in desperate need of administrative reform. That's why I wrote my book, The Boys Club, and obviously a few people are reading it and hopefully it makes a difference. I won't be there to see if there is change. As I said, I'm going to be at home with my two boys and my wife Lucy and taking on another role at the Herald Sun. But look, this is an absolute shock and thank you very much. Cheers, have a great night.